live. It says we're live. Woohoo!
I didn't beat the rush.
Oh,
Hi, welcome to StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jane.
and I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 347, where we had a bunch of things to do right before we started podcasting, and it was frantic.
Well, and I just noticed that my closet door was open, and of course I tried to shut it right as Megan was pushing go live. So that's why I was up and across the room trying to shut my
So we got to see your
closet.
beautiful sweater in full. So
Yes.
all right, because we were late, we've got some great we've got a great crowd out there. We've got Randy, Claire, Susan, Heather, Susie, Laura, Lynn, Sandy, who else? Pat, Sandy, Heather, Lynn. Did I ever say Lynn? Valerie.
All right.
Sorry, guys. We were doing drawings because there's prizes. The Comfy Cozy Cow has come to its conclusion. How many alliterations can I get in there? And there's a big thing of prizes next to me, which is definitely a favorite thing. So anything you want to chat about here?
No, it's been a busy first few days back at work. So you have that nice break. I had Twixmas off, and just getting into the swing of things. I am also working from home until a few weeks from now. I guess we're getting more serious about Omicron in the company. So anybody who can work from home should, and I'm one of those people. So
I'm definitely obscured from all of that.
Yeah, right.
Being that I'm just like, you're remote for forever.
Yes.
So yeah. No, it's I could see how that would be like the hokey pokey, right?
Yep.
You go in, you go home, you go in, you go home, and you shake it all about.
Yeah. Again, it was go in, go home, whatever you said, right? But then after that long break, we were in for a day, and then I think later that afternoon they were like, well, if you can go home now, that'd be great.
If you could do that now.
So I still had a few more meetings that I wouldn't have time to go home and still be on them. So I ended up working the whole day, but now I'm home.
Excellent.
It is what it is, but it's fun. I enjoy working from home when I do get a chance to, and especially when it's more like everybody's at home, or, so since it is kind of company wide, I won't be the only one. So
anybody that's been on ZKN has probably heard me talk way too much about it, but I'm interviewing. I'm like Muppet Flail interviewing. I have so many open positions. So
and how to keep all of those candidates and positions straight. I mean, you're going to have like,
me with my spreadsheets, and
it's going to be multiple tabs and lots of notes and colors, and I can see it.
You can, because you've been in on the spreadsheet is real. Speaking of spreadsheets, we've got our dashboard up for the ZKKAL.
Yes, and I would like to commend Ride or Die for getting out there and posting some of their finished objects. So far we're the only ones on the board, but that can change very shortly. Because I have seen finished objects from Corny. They just haven't made it to the dashboard yet.
Yep.
So
email went out showing people that dashboard is available. It's also, if you just go to zombienetpocalypse.com, it's over in the links area onto the side. So even if you don't have it bookmarked or keep the email, you can bootstrap finding it.
Yep, for sure. Yeah. And I have seen a few people like back and forth about Discord, but if you thought you were on a team but didn't feel like you were assigned yet, contact me. I can re-tag you in the post just to make sure that you know where you're going, and try to get all of the like attention, like, look at me over here, this is where we are, come here, this is where we are. And yeah, so hopefully everybody's all settled and knitting. I'm knitting.
Mhm.
Got my little project, test knit.
Yes. Yeah. I've got that too.
Designers.
I'm totally rocking being monogamous right now. So I cast on some handspun from Jenna.
Ooh.
That's again, we're probably doing this all mixed up because we're doing it stream of consciousness here, but
Yes.
definitely one of my favorite things working with handspun. Like I put in my Instagram post like enough that I've thought like maybe I should spin, which has never occurred in my life. Like I've been very stringently, I'm not taking up another hobby that increases my stash.
Right. Increases your stash and your storage needs because you would have something to spin. Now you could get an e-spinner. They have little ones, but
yeah, it makes me sound a little bit like a psychopath. But Jenna was like, that one was spun with rage. And I was like, your rage is making me so happy. So much fun. So yeah, that's the other KAL that we've got going on. We've got the bunny fish, the trough. So mine is starting, the trough is starting to form.
Definitely.
I
further along
decided I was going to split my hand spun. I wasn't going to use both of Jenna's hand spun because I'm trying to have another hand spun.
Yes.
So this is just some BFL from the soliloquy base from Leading Men Fiber Arts, and this is hand spun BFL. So it's a nice pairing. I really like the pop of the colors against the gray. So definitely use your hand spun. Use your hand spun.
I've found some alpaca hand spun recently, so that's all yours if you want it.
Yeah,
sitting right there. Black and white, natural, no dyes.
Oh, fun.
But yeah,
very zebra-esque. You could combine that with like a bright pink. Wouldn't that be stunning?
Yep. It says it's 118 yards of alpaca, and I bought it at Shepherd's Harvest. So
Minnesota, maybe.
Yeah, Minnesota, Midwest anyway. Wisconsin, maybe sheep. Sure.
Yes. Anyway, sorry, I worked in a favorite thing there, but
yeah,
it's KAL. It's KAL related.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm going to be doing a lot of the little things because I'm really digging the monogamy right now. So
okay.
May not be in on the January challenge this year, but that's kind of the fun thing about the KAL, right? Is
well,
that
you'll definitely finish something before the end of the month, right? Being monogamous and knitting all of those things, you will be able to participate.
I'm just saying I'm not like all in on it, right?
Yes.
Like I'm just doing my own thing, and
yes,
as points and yards come into my life, I'll accept them as they are.
Okay.
This is low key, Megan. This is low key, Megan. Yeah.
Okay. We'll see if that holds, because there are some fun ones coming up. So
yes, absolutely. And then also we have the self-striping KAL that's going on. That'll be a drawing much like what we're doing here. And we'll definitely be looking for not only us maybe going out and buying some self-striping to give away as prizes, but if anybody has, for example, a pattern that works really well with self-striping that would like to be a sponsor of the KAL, or if you sell self-striping, you could have some fabulous prizes and join our year-long. So not a lot of rules there. It has to be intentionally self-striping, not striping yourself, and not kind of accidental. And you can only have as many entries as there are months. So for example, if you haven't entered anything in January through June, in July, you can enter 7 if you've finished 7 this year, but you haven't maybe gotten your entries in along the way. So
yep. Yeah, if you happen to knit something and it crossed over 2 months, and then you knit a smaller thing, yeah, just as long as it's 2 per month.
Yep.
I mean 1 per month. I misspoke
when
there.
We're in the second month. Yeah, we can have 2. So yeah, anyway, it sounds very complicated when you say it like that, but basically can do a self-striping thing a month, and you can get caught up if you get behind, but you can't work ahead. Right. So you can't get like 12 entries in January if you knit 12 pairs of socks or 12 things. So we had our chat on Sunday about the the beginning of the year and what we did in years past. Lots of people are going to do the gnome along too, which is fun.
Okay.
And really enjoyed hearing everybody's insights on their past year and what they're thinking about doing in this future year. So yeah,
sure.
I think you were kind of gathering ideas for your 2022 in the meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the major one is knit a sweater for each of my kids. That's the one that I do plan to actually accomplish this year. So 2 sweaters will happen for the offspring. And then the other ones, I just, we're small ones that I think I can fit in, but yeah, they don't have that heartbeat. So I'm kind of looking to get a heartbeat. So our self-striper thing, I think that will be I'm going to try it.
Excellent.
Try to get all 12.
Well, I have a big bin of self-striping that I showed off a couple of episodes ago, and I continue to add to it because apparently I need more self-striping in my life. So you'll see that in some of the pile of favorite things that I have to share of recent purchases. But I think we've got some people here that are interested in the Comfy Cozy craft along
okay.
drawing. So much as like we've done in the past, this is a contact me with your top 3 picks of prizes that you would like. And the first person to contact me that's a winner will, and that being their top pick, will win that prize. So rather than saying you get this and you get this, I'm going to show you the prizes. I'm going to tell you the winners. People email me, Discord me, Rav me, and let me know your preferences, and then I'll be like sprinkling prizes across the board to people. It'll be so much fun. Are we ready? Prizes?
Yes.
Okay. There's a big pile next to me. So I think we've shown off that we've got we've got this Big Woods colorway from Knitted Wit. That green is not as Bazinga green. Amy, I think you've got some in this DK as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So, and our wonderful Miss Laura Burdette also has a pattern out there that features this. That's really pretty. That's got some fringe. But we've got a skein of 2 skeins of DK. We've also got that we're doing together because that makes prize. The cowl. Yes. 2 individual skeins of sock. I think this would be really pretty as a sock. So that's
those prizes 2 and 3.
Yep, this is 1 prize. These is prizes 2 and 3.
Yep.
Super fun. And then we've got, so I did some shopping at the Perfect Blend. I got some of our knitting barber cords, which I've talked about that I'm using like on a daily basis. We've got 3 of those. If color matters to you, we've got a fuchsia, we've got a blue, and we've got a pink. So love these. Pivotal tool, thinking about getting another one to put in a different bag. And then the Perfect Blend had this really pretty Kuma cowl. It's got a code for it. And then it's got Emma's yarn. Ooh. I really loved these colors, very poppy bright, with some mohair. Ooh. So Emma's yarn, you kind of stripe these colors in with that. But yes, it's got a code for the, did this one jump off?
She'll figure it out.
I'm confused. I don't know if they threw it in or if it goes with it. I'll have to look at the pattern, but does it look like it goes with it? Not really.
It's a different size of skein. So,
well, maybe they threw it in to be nice and I can throw it in for you.
Sorry.
There's also some tea and a stitch marker because that's the Perfect Blend, right? So there's that kit, the cowl kit. I think this might also make a really pretty trough if you were interested.
Yes, and I understand that there's going to be a trough pattern with minis, specifically designed for minis, right? Coming in the future.
And then I've got Amy's here, which is gold sparkle with the little stashing, the stashing squirrel, but you could pick any of our StockinetteZombies logos. We've got ZK logos that'll be coming soon. The ZKN logo, the old one, the new one, all of the logos that we have available. You can choose a color. So this one's kind of a go shopping and pick out a water vessel in our swag shop. And we drew for 2 of those, right?
Yep.
So we've got water bottles, 2 water bottles, a towel kit, the DK together, individual sock, and 3 knitting barber cords, and a partridge in a pear tree.
So if you were counting, that's 9. So
yes,
let's hit us with those 9 names.
All right. We've got Kira, Nerds and Pearls. We've got Susan G. We've got Dana, Annika Marie. We've got Mary, MMBGSE. We've got Burdette. We've got Randy. We've got Beth, Marilyn Quilter. We've got Sparkle Punk Lisa. And we've got Shayna Lines. So we had some stockings, we had some cowls, we had some socks, we had some shawls, we had some, I mean, it was a fabulous, wonderful, happy thread to be randomly scrolling through and going like, oh, this person won. So do you want me to say them again? I guess people can rewind. Yeah. Kira, Nerds and Pearls, Susan G, Dana, Annika Marie, Mary, MMBSG, BGSE, goodness, Burdette, Randy, Beth, Sparkle Punk Lisa, and Shayna Lines.
Woohoo!
Yes. And go out and look at that thread. It's super happy. Super happy. I'll be looking at timestamps and preferences. Remember to contact me with your top 3 so that we can kind of mitigate some back and forth in case somebody else already chose your. So the one that only has the one of it really is the 2 DK sock and the Uma or the Kuma cowl.
The Emma's yarn.
Yes. But yay. Makes me so happy. We have quite that build up, right? With those multi-month ones, and to get those prizes out there, they've been sitting here going like, send me to my home.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited for the self-striping KAL. I want us to spread the word about that far and wide because it's always been really fun, especially when you see what patterns people chose to make with the self-striping at the end of the month. I mean, just going through that thread, get you inspiration for all those skeins. And then, I always find somebody new like that's doing self-striping that I'd never heard of before. And yeah, I want people to spread the word. That KAL is going to be a lot of fun for 2022.
Absolutely. And hope to kind of mix in some of, I mean, that one's kind of free form. And then like we're specifically knitting patterns.
Yeah.
We have done, I really enjoy the comfy cozy, but it's also fun to have the camaraderie of, and the alliteration of doing the same pattern, right?
Right. Well, and to see all the combinations people come up with, like mine's going to have schlub eventually. Like I'm not past the first triangle.
The worked flat garter. Yeah. I mean, again, it's just, I think I knew it and she mentioned it, but it didn't really hit me with the trough, that like, there's literally no purling. And that's like, what, when there's garter in the round, right? Or it's joined in the round, right? So it looks like it's in the round, garter in the round with no purling. So
it's going to fly. I have no doubt. I mean, I've just been doing that thing where you admire what's happening and then you go, I had to be really close to being done. And so I'm counting the ridges and I'm like, oh no. And then I'm knitting for like however long. And then I'm going, I gotta be closer, and I count the ridges again. So I'm slowing myself down.
Well, I'm slowing myself down by admiring the yarn. So, and that's the other one, that prize pool. The drawing for the trough patterns, we actually surprised everybody in there that didn't already have the pattern. Like if I went out to gift it to you on Ravelry, received the pattern. So thank you to everybody that put their combos out there. And I loved being able to support Heather. So gifting the patterns everywhere. I'm doing this a lot. Super fun. So yeah, and thanks to everybody that did the last KAL. Again, it was a lot of fun. to be able to go out there and see all of those comfy, cozy patterns. So
For sure.
upcoming, not this weekend, but next, we do have our dye day with Queen City. And I've got another, our February speaker that I'll be announcing soon that I'm super excited about. But go out to Discord and make sure that you vote on the color that she'll be dyeing. I'm going to be posting that soon, hopefully today after I get done with podcast publishing. And also I'm going to have like an ask me anything type thread for that, because dyeing, while she'll be talking about what she's doing, also will have some lag time. So I want people to post questions. And as part of posting a question about her dyeing and her process and her business, we're going to draw winners from that thread if you post a question, and give away one of the skeins that she dyed up. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to see all the questions that, to not be just coming out of my brain, what other people have questions. I know very little about dyeing, so I have tons of questions that I could ask, but I want to know what other people want to know about it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. All right. So those are all favorite things adjacent, because I'm really, as if you can't tell, excited about all of them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
what else do you have for favorite things?
Okay. So beyond our KAL and casting on all the things, I thought I'd talk about two things specifically. So something that made me very happy with the weather turning colder, and then snow and wind, and it's just feeling very winter out there in the world. I busted out my spring colors from Diane's Bourbon Stitcher and started a sweater. So my favorite thing this week is this squishy ribbing. This is the, I think it's the Simple Edition pullover is the official name. And it is really, really nice. This is a Telly Bean Knits pattern.
Okay. And is that's DK, right?
Huh?
It's DK?
Yes.
Yeah.
So DK
I think that's maybe the Ladybird colorway.
It is the Ladybird colorway. So
I
smart.
see you.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just loving this happy spring colorway and how squishy the ribbing is making the garment feel when I'm knitting it up. So that's been making me very happy. Favorite thing. And then my other one, kind of mentioned in our end of year get together, but I hadn't shown it on the podcast, is that I have this kit, and maybe I did when I first bought it, but I don't remember. So it came in this lovely baker box, and we have I think 16 skeins of various colors of this Jameson and Smith yarn.
Okay.
So really, really pretty. And then it came with a temperature scarf pattern. So my plan is to, at some point this month, cast on and get up to current. And then I'm going to put it aside and then get to current, because it's just a scarf. So I have a feeling that each day really won't take me that much time. So I'll probably just put it down, do the calculations, pick it up, work through those calculations, put it down, that kind of thing. And I'm really excited. So lots of blues and reds and pinks. Basically, it goes through the progression. There's one that's kind of greeny, but most part it's just reds and blues in different colors or variations. So I think it came
What
with
does this scarf look like? Is it garter?
Yeah, I believe it's garter. Here, I've got a picture, I guess. Okay, yeah. So one side's crochet and one side's knitting. And so there's not much difference that you can tell in this picture. But yeah, it's just garter or crochet. So
All right, which one are you doing?
I think knitting.
Okay.
I haven't been very good or consistent with edges in crochet unless I am diligent, like monogamous and diligent. And since I have to put this down, I guess it would have to be an everyday thing, and I didn't really want it to be an everyday thing. So I'm just gonna stay away from crochet because I don't want a scarf that goes like this. Because again, I know that I've done it because I have that Tunisian crochet where all the stitches are on there for you and you're turning. I dropped a stitch in that dishcloth and it's only halfway done, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to figure out what I did, rip back. I don't know. So I might need a few crochet refresher courses, I think. But very excited to start that. So those are my two happy favorite things.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've been all in on the monogamy. I've been digging the hand spun. But I think to kind of scratch the itch of maybe not doing spinning, taking up spinning, I definitely want to get into having a Tunisian crochet project on the needles. I want to do something that actually where gauge actually matters.
Okay.
Which will be kind of taking it up a notch for me. Because the blankets, while you want it to be even, like you were saying, it doesn't necessarily have to fit. It just kind of ends up the size it is because it's a blanket. But there's a really fun mellow tunic that Lynn, who I think I saw in the comments, has made, and really big hook. I had to buy the big hook set, and I've got the colors all picked out. Just have to, monogamously take that on. But to have a Tunisian crocheted garment, I think will definitely up my game, right? It's next level Tunisian crochet stuff.
Yeah, I had made that one garment that was crochet, wasn't Tunisian crochet, and yeah, my gauge was a big issue in making that garment for sure.
Yep. So and then I just have a huge pile of yarn next to me that's making me so happy. So I know you got this one as well. I saved it and did not put it in my Advent because this was Queen City's day 25. Somebody owes me $122.50. So the pizza guy. But very Christmassy. I think this will make some fabulous socks, or maybe like a hat or some mittens. Like I want it to be something that I can wear during that time of year. Which is exciting. I think I mentioned last time that I bought some more self-striping from Woolens and Nosh. Public service announcement. She is doing an update tonight. Oh. Go out, get the yarn, put it in your cart, save me from myself. 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I think she's also got a discount I saw that's automatically.
Oh, are you saying that ZKN is gonna stop at 7?
Well, I might be on the VKN purchasing yarn. So yes, Michelle is awesome. I got this, which is very Megan color winter mint in her last update of 2021. So this little mini is making me so happy. And this is in the Tardy. But it's very kind of candy cane-esque, but not over the top, right? So, and I can almost taste the mint candy cane when looking at it. You know the ones I'm thinking of with that kind of light minty color to them. They're super minty. Maybe spearmint. Do you think it's spearmint flavored candy cane that's that color?
I only buy peppermint.
Okay. I don't eat candy anymore. She also had some kind of like non-standard skein put-ups. So this was 90 grams, which I don't use all 100 grams of most socks when I'm making them for me. And this one's Corriedale and nylon. And the colorway is Summer by the Lake. And again, super happy. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love the feel of it. Non-standard self-striping. Squee. And then did you get your Suburban Stitcher yet? The monthly fade, or did you say you weren't interested in the darker colors?
Oh, I did not cancel it, but I did not
Okay.
receive it yet. So I don't know
Well, I don't
what's
want to
going on.
spoil it for you if you don't want it to be spoiled.
No,
but
I can see it. It's not gonna hurt.
it's definitely moody. It's less of those kind of tropical colors, right? So she's
Okay.
got a new inspiration for this quarter. This one is, so cover your eyes if you don't want to be spoiled. Dark woods.
Ooh,
Yeah. So a lot moodier. The pops
that's
of
pretty.
purple
Maybe I did
there.
get that. When did it arrive?
I think it was like earlier this week or last week. I'm really bad at packages. Like if I'm having a bad day and I think it will help me, I'll open it, right? But if I'm having like a great day and I'm like, I need to save this for future Megan, it will sit for a while.
Okay. So I guess I was thinking you were like, did you get this yet? As in it came today or yesterday. And so I just hadn't thought that there was something coming.
Okay.
And
You're like,
I
I may have that, but yes.
think I have that.
Super beautiful, Diane, Suburban Stitcher. Go look out at her inspirations and then join if you enjoy it. I didn't know if I was gonna like the more neutrals, but I definitely love that dark woods. So count me in. Last but certainly not least, I was doing some January planning for like quick things. And I think you saw Lavender Loon was doing Instagram. Like she had a daily like the deal, right? So she had this sleigh ride, which is a DK sock set. So I think this is a 50 gram and 100 grams, so that you can do your toes, heels, and cuffs and not have to kind of choose. Sometimes if you only get a 25 gram of the DK or a smaller gram of the DK, then you don't get to do that. So this one's sleigh ride, which is one of her more winter colorways.
I definitely have a DK sock set from her that I want to get going, but I can't figure out where the pattern is for that kit, because it's the kit description says you get the pattern with it, but I cannot figure out.
Okay. I was
like,
was
it emailed to me? What did I miss a card that slipped out of the packaging? Like I'm like,
yeah, I was just thinking I was going to do an OMG or,
true.
decide my own fate. But then while she was shipping it, I was like, hey, can I buy another skein that's currently in your shop? This is the Cheer and Wish, which I think was another kit, like it was with another colorway. Is that the same as that you got, or is it different?
I didn't get that color, but I do believe that was the Grello option. Went with the really pretty Grello bag.
So there's some really fun pops of color in there, some sprinkles, if you were. And then this is more of a yellow. It is kind of coming off as my favorite scummy green, but it is more of that cheery yellow.
True. Yeah. I was just thinking like it was true. The bag was like gray with trees that were white and yellow, I think. Yeah.
Super fun, super pretty. Was thinking that if I didn't go like in monogamous mode on a sweater, that DK set of socks would be like bam, bam, bam. So I was purchasing strategically. Whether I'm going to knit strategically is another story.
Well, since the pattern is somebody that is in our designer showcase, because we did add a designer today.
It was Lisa's?
Yep.
Yeah.
So go check that out. And I was just going to say that, as soon as I locate my pattern, I'm on it.
So you're telling me that I reminded you of something that you could do quickly?
No, I don't know if that's my plan. My plan was to get those two little guys off the needles and out there, and then do kind of like you were saying, like try to be in a cadence that will get me some more yardage items done. So the sweater's going pretty fast. I'm excited about that. I have a feeling that I'll get really far this weekend because it is giving me life, it's making me happy, right? With the colors. And then I did want to keep working on this because it's test knit with a deadline. So I wanted to make sure that I got to the brim.
Yeah.
here
I'm just
this
assuming
weekend.
that's going to be a bam for me. Like, bam, done.
Oh, for you, for sure, right? Monogamy on this, it will be quick. I just haven't been monogamous.
Yeah. Excellent.
So-
Excellent. Well, yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited for that pattern to come out. I thought it looked really cool in the sample that she knit up. So I still need to kind of stir the stash, decide whether or not I want to try to use self-striping on it, like double, right? That would be fun to see
Do you
that
have
in the, I
DK?
think I do. Yeah.
Okay.
From Jenna.
Okay. I was
Deep
looking-
stash. Deep
I was gonna say I stirred my self-striping stash and it's all sock. I maybe a sport weight in there, maybe, but nothing DK.
When you get to Megan levels of self-striping, you've got all weights. Yeah.
I will say that the one self-striping that was DK that I did get was from Jenna, and I turned it into a monster quite a while
That's
back.
right. You did. I think some of mine were birthday kit / monster / whatever too. So
Yes.
yep. All right. Well, we have
monsters is fun.
we had a lot to talk about for sure, but we have just been chatting it up today. These used to be half an hour shows and
we were a little late, so
Yes.
it's fine. It's fine.
I'm not saying that we have to stop talking. I'm just saying that thank you everybody that hung in this far.
Yes.
Congratulations on the winners. Have lots of exciting things going on right now. Make sure that you're engaging out on Discord, and we'll see you at a future event.
Yeah, absolutely. Bye.
Yep. Bye, Yufta. And it says it's done.